lessons I've learned so far dealing with Polycythemia Vera, chronic illness, MPN, blood cancer. My first lesson, energy comes and goes. Use it wisely. When you have a busy day and you think, okay, I've got enough for this, great, have at it. I have learned that I think I have much more energy than I actually physically do. My mind wants to conquer the world. I want to be the best mom, the best daughter, the best wife, the best me as humanly possible. I want to do the best gardening, everything. And my body's like, you have about 4 items and then I'm going to poop out, so choose wisely. I've learned that. Empathy. I've learned that we are all going through something. It doesn't have to be on our face. It doesn't have to be on our body. We all have things that we have to deal with. I used to work with mental health and I saw so many people that looked just perfectly put together who were absolute shambles inside. I thought I was pretty empathetic beforehand. I guess there's a new level of what I can learn in life when it comes to human frailty. And I've learned, or I'm learning still, everything I'm learning still, we're all frail. We're all trying to be better. Have empathy. Try and put yourself in their shoes. Do the best you can. And also, I must emphasize, have the empathy for yourself. Step out of yourself and look at yourself with love and empathy. On that note, I've learned to love myself, give myself that empathy, the patience, kindness, and respect that. And also, I have noticed that not only am I saying, okay, I know what I'm going through, because I know more than anybody in this entire universe how I feel, what I think, what I'm doing, what I have done, what I will be doing. I know more than anyone. And if I'm hard on myself, that's a pretty rough place to be. Maybe I could look at myself and step out and say, wow, you know what? I see where you're coming from. Let's take it back a bit, or let's calm down, let's do this, or let's focus on whatever. I'm trying to step out and be my own counselor, my own best friend, and love myself. Truly love myself. The way we think we should always love others, love yourself. Appreciate it. I've totally been shamed for loving myself, sticking up for myself and saying no more of this. Or, someone saying, maybe you're trying too hard on this or whatever, and maybe I am, but I am going to be the judge of that. And I am going to respect myself and love myself. I've learned it's a new battle. And this might just be my up and coming for my own esteem. I don't know. But having PV has really helped me to stop and say, wait, you know what? That is something that matters. I do matter. And my opinion matters. And it may not be, okay with everyone. But me, you, your mom, your dad, your brother, sister, anyone, we all have opinions. They all matter. We may not agree, but they matter. I've also learned that no matter how full you think your plate is, it can always get more. I remember, this was a few years ago, before I was actually diagnosed with PV, when I was so beyond just frazzled. I would call my dad every weekend and say, Dad, I just can't handle one more thing on my plate. I swear I'm going to lose it. I'd moved to a new place. I was taking tests for work. They were being amazingly supportive, but I was living in horrible situations. Twice I had just really bad situations. And I was I was homeless actually for a day, but that's another story. All these things happened, and every weekend it was worse. And I kept learning, no matter what, it can get worse. And I was trying to deal with all these symptoms on top of normal life. And then once I got diagnosed, I thought, no, it's got to get better. No, it doesn't have to get better. It doesn't get better. Sometimes it gets horrifyingly worse and worse and worse. But guess what? You get better. Your inner soul, your way of dealing with things, coping, and building that esteem, building who you are, having new tools, educating yourself, all of that, that is what you learn. Speaking of new tools I've learned, I have had the chance to step out of my box, and I mean like not just step, but like take giant leaps of craziness outside my box. Because when I first was going through all of this, and when I was diagnosed and all of that with PV, I did not want to tell anyone. I don't know, it was just too much to handle. I'm not a big sharer, well, except for now. And I actually wasn't sharing at that time, and I did not feel I could. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what in the world got into me, but I thought, YouTube, why not share? Why not talk? Why not help? Why not step out of your box? And believe me, I went flying out of that box. And I'm learning every day. Having a disease, having this dis-ease has helped me step out of my box. Sometimes I think you have to just get pushed and you're flying. Along with that, I recognize I've always loved to volunteer. I've always loved to help. This is something that I feel like I'm really trying to help others. I'm really trying to be a voice for some people who may feel how I used to feel, like, I don't want to talk about that, let someone else handle that one. I'm trying to be a voice. I'm trying to help out. I'm trying to let people know and talk about these things. Feel free. Feel free to be human. I mean, I've done some videos where I'm in bed, like really rough looking, and that's life. And I don't know anyone on this planet who hasn't had a few rough days. So I think stepping out of my box has been a huge blessing. And another awesome blessing is gardening. I had no idea how much I'd love it. We moved to a place that had an absolute torn up garden, and I always knew I wanted to, and I've been okay. I love it. I feel one with nature. Even if it's really rough and sweaty and nasty, it is wonderful. It is heaven for me. And it is where I get to think and meditate on life and everything. I feel very blessed. I can't work anymore. I'm not where I used to be, and I'm accepting that. It's been a hard battle to accept that I'm not where I used to be. But I am where I am now, and I'm doing the best I can with it. And being able to garden, to meditate, to do crafts and arts and have fun and just kind of let myself go has been amazing. I don't think I could be afforded with this if I were out in the work field still and felt like I could do that. I'm the type of person who, when I work, I really try and do a really good job, and I get consumed with it, and I don't always let myself just have that free mind. So this has been a blessing in that sense, that I had to be forced to look at ways to give myself that meditation and free time. 2 of my best friends, I have plenty, I'm very blessed with wonderful friends. 2 of my best friends are now best friends and have their own separate relationship. To me, that is ideal. That makes me happy that I kind of believe that we can all be friends, but you can have your relationship and I can have mine. And if I'm not there for you, at least you have each other. And I'm happy when you're happy. And I cannot tell you what a blessing this has been. When I was sick in the hospital, my girlfriends actually reached out to each other to do like a support system for me. And they ended up bonding so well. It was amazing. And to this day, they're like best friends. And I cannot tell you the absolute blessings I have knowing that we're all happy. Another one on that is 2 of my sisters weren't actually speaking around this time. They're having a rough spot. And because I was in the hospital, they did have to communicate and support each other and support me. And I think it kind of goes along with that idea of arguing or being angry at a loved one when it's a convenient situation. Well, it wasn't convenient to be angry. And so the anger has to dissipate. And I cannot tell you what a blessing that is, how wonderful it is to have people look at something and say, you know what, maybe that's not important. Maybe we could look at something else. I am feeling so grateful, not for only the good times, not for just when I'm healthy and happy and energetic and like awesome. I am grateful for the new things I'm learning, experiencing, the empathy I can feel for others, the empathy others have had to demonstrate for me, because we've all been building character. I can't say that I would ever want to have a chronic illness again, or, you know, say if I couldn't have it, believe me, I'd be jumping on that boat and not having this. But there are good things to be found somewhere, and I'm trying to find it. And I feel like there are some big blessings that have come. I feel like I'm much more grateful for my son. I try harder than maybe I would have. Maybe I would be more relaxed and say, oh, you know, he's fine. No, I look at it and I think, okay, how can I make him a better person? Not just independent, but self-sufficient, happy, have emotional balance, have trials, tribulations, and the ability to overcome them, learn from them, and be a better person. How is it I can help my husband, my family, everyone be self-sufficient, feel loved enough now and in the future to know that things will be okay? How can I feel as healthy and happy as I can right now and do the best I can so future me is very happy? I'm very grateful for the opportunity to see the rainbow.